Alright, in this tutorial I'm just going to show you how we can create a very simple energy model using Bentley's AECOsim energy simulator. So I already have a copy of it running here, so what I'm going to do is start again. So what I'm going to do is create new, and we're going to use new from template. So if we can go straight into conceptual model, IP, SI, or my template, which you don't have. So I'm just going to go just show you this thing here. New from template, conceptual model, SI units. Alright, so with that there, we now need to start setting up some data. So I'm going to call this YouTube concept. Give it a location, so I'll just throw this anywhere really. Let's see. Oh, sure, look, that's as good as anywhere, I suppose. Template there, conceptual model, SI, fine. You can change it again here if you want. And then we have an import there, which we're not going to be using. So click OK on that. And what it's going to do is fire up this wizard kind of a thing. So it takes a little bit of time for it to get itself going. You can see it there working away in the background. Don't be too surprised if your machine hangs a bit. I found it's done that quite a bit on me. Nothing for long though. Okay, so here's our three-step system. So we have the building itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is specify the building type. So there's our options there. So you'll see commons, dwellings, hospitals, hotels, offices, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to make this an office. I'm going to say the building height is, I don't know, let's go for 24 meters, make it really big. Now, next thing is a default room type. So what we can do is scroll down, and all of these refer to the ASHRAE standards. So I'm going to go for an ASHRAE 2010 open plan office. So I click on that. The weather profile, so let's have a look. All of these at the moment are just US, so we'll have to do in a separate tutorial to show you how to bring in other places. So let's go for San Diego, nice and warm. And from that, we'll see we've got occupancy density, lighting gains, and internals are coming through from these settings here. So with all that established, we click on next. And now it's going to say, well, how many floors? So 24 meters. I'm going to say that I want 6 floors on this. I'm going to say the glazing percentage is going to be 55. Overhang projection, I'm going to leave it 0. And the next thing we need to do, because nothing in here at the moment, we need to give it a floor plan to work with. So at this point, we move into the drawing window and we start clicking around. So click, and hang on now, so we see any of the numbers here. You can see here the distances that are being entered in. So I'm going to go with, let's say 20 meters by 20 meters. So I'm going to drag that out to 20. There we go. And bring it down by maybe 15, I suppose. Yeah. And bring it over till it all lines up, like so. Now, at this point, we think we want to finish. So if we right click, that will finish it for us. All right. Now you'll see once that this has been created, we now have these available to us. So you'll see there that we have this perimeter zone depth currently set at 4.5 meters. And that is the outer walls, for want of a better term, to the inner faces there. So we don't want this to be too big, we don't want it too small either. But it's absorbing quite a bit of area there. So I'm going to drop these back to maybe 3. And hit enter on that, click again. And let's see what happens. So it kind of moved there, as you can see. And then what that's doing is it's going to create the model. So with all that done, I'm going to click the next button. And it'll go to work and start creating all of the various components. So let's see. That looks good. Well, still going. Okay. Once it's done all of this work here, and you're happy with it, just click on apply. and that will send it to work. And it's done all of that, so it's still kind of working away in the background here. Now bear in mind, this is quite a big building. There's going to be quite a lot in it. You can see it building up here as well. And okay, so that's fine. Next thing then is the Hvac system. If you want, you can put one on. So fan coil will go on here. And that will apply that to all of the spaces in there. Again, it takes a little bit of time to get it done. And once we're good with that, just promote to full model. Okay, so this is it. This is now our model. And I can just zoom out here. Just make this a bit bigger. For some reason it's not doing that. Okay, anyway, look, that's that. Go in here, we can zoom in and out. Like so, there it goes, that's a bit better. And we can start to see, this is how it's put it together. So that doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. Now what we can do once we have this is we can interrogate the various component parts here. So for instance, on my first floor here, if I click on this, you can see how it will select all of those. And if we look in here, we can see all of the individual surfaces that go to make that up. So room 1.1, you can see these are the surfaces. So the floor, internal ceiling, the 4 exposed wall, and these virtual walls here are these faces down on the bottom, so you can see those. Sorry, there we go. There's one of them anyway. Let's see if I can grab all of them now. Yeah, you can see it kind of flicking through there. On the exposed wall here, there's our window. And on all of these individual elements, we can have a look at their properties. So that exposed wall, we can see there. Above grade steel framework. The length of the wall, which we know is 20 meters, the height's 4, external flow types, etc., etc. So we're going to leave it there on this one, and I'll explain this stuff more in the next video, where we're going to create the model from scratch using a drawing. Okay, thank you very much.